This is the Honolulu Blues, sponsored by Call Sheet, a Detroit Lions podcast. Now here are your hosts Adam Stock, Julius Porter, and Nick Faber.
Hey, Honolulu Blues is back in action. We're coming at you hot and heavy in the month of August after our sabbatical. This is our second episode in just 4 days. We're flying and we're not stopping. 2 episodes a week for the next few weeks. Make sure we're paying attention. We'll be back to break down the Lions preseason game this weekend or next week early sometime. We'll figure it out. But as always, I'm joined with Adam Stark, Julius Porter. I'm Nick Faber. We're the Honolulu Blues. We appreciate you listening. Julius, you're still moving through life, getting from Germany back to the States. How you doing, man? How is that going for the last couple days?
It's going pretty good, man. Can't complain. I got more Lions football coming this weekend. It's a lot moving overseas. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot, but life is good. I can't complain. I'm back in the land of the free, home of the brave.
Amen. The Tigers got a win yesterday to get us off the 3-game snide we were on. Adam, how you doing over there, brother, man? What's Detroit news you want to talk about before the Lions? What do we got?
Before the Lions, I guess Tigers. They're fighting. They're hanging in there. Sox dropped one too, so we got a game back. We just need to win one of those 3 out of that series. To get swept was just such a punch in the gut. That was brutal. I know the Tigers. That was kind of a hey. Even if we do get in the playoffs, this is what you're going to expect to see. But I would like us to win the Central, especially after making this crazy comeback and being presumed out of it. But yeah, Nick, I actually got a bone to pick with you, buddy. You stole my thunder posting on the Honolulu Blues page a little fantasy football invite, because I too have an opening in one of my fantasy leagues and was literally about to post a thing. And I'm like, well, I can't do it now because I'll wait a day, or else people get all confused and be like, wait, I thought this was $100, or wait, I thought this was on ESPN.
Brother, don't you have a fantasy football account with like 10,000 followers?
It's so out of touch. It's not what it used to be, man.
Not what it used to be. Never is, dude. It never is.
I could get someone in there lickety split, but now I would just much rather post play fantasy football with the Honolulu Blues, and I'm sure we could get someone real quick.
Definitely. I think I had a couple people reaching out to me, and I could only pick one, so there are some in there. But if you're joining, what we're doing today is we're doing a Detroit Lions season-long, week-by-week prediction episode. We do it every year. We're always 100% correct, all 3 of us. So I don't think we've ever gotten one wrong. So we'll keep at it this year. And we will not only give you who's going to win each game, we will give you a score prediction for each game. Let's not waste any time. Am I right? So let's jump in. Week 1, Detroit Lions. So we're playing the Saints. We're at home against Ford Field. I'm going to start with Julius. What is your prediction for this game?
So week 1, Lions a big favorite at home. I think this can kind of be a trap game just because New Orleans might be better than what we think they might be. Tyler Show, sophomore quarterback, or is he going into his third year? Second year, third year?
Second year.
He showed some promise last year. Yep.
Yeah.
He showed some promise last year, but overall, they have one of the weakest rosters in the NFL. And notwithstanding, I expect the Lions to come through big at home with a win, 30-14.
I love this. Adam, what do you say, sir?
I think it'll be an easy one. I think the Lions have been itching to get back on the field. I think Drew Petzking starting off the season as opposed to John Morton will be night and day. Really liked what I saw in the first preseason game. We got second preseason game this Saturday at 12. Overall, the Saints they've seemed like they've been getting a lot of injuries. I've seen a handful of injuries for them. The biggest one, the latest one was Jordan Tyson, their seventh or their first round pick, 12th. I don't know where he went. He was first round pick. He was top 15 guy. He's not going to play, so not that I was too worried about him, but I think the Lions dominate. I'm going to go 24-13.
I love it, boys. I am also on the Lions train. Let me just finish marking Adams here. I do like the Saints actually this year a little bit more. I think Kellen Moore, another year, ready to be the head coach. I like what him and Shuck have going together. I just don't think they have the correct roster build yet to be a playoff contender, but I do think they're going to be in a lot of the games that they end up ultimately losing, including this one. I'm going to go Detroit winning by 3 on a Jake Bates game winner, 23-20. And it's going to get a lot of Lions fans real nervous after week 1 because they're going to be like, we should have mercied the Saints. And I don't know if that's going to happen right in week 1. There's a lot. Week 1 is always really crazy, right? Week 1 is when the weirdest things happen, and then it starts to kind of balance out. So that's where I'll go. We'll go week 2 at Buffalo. Buffalo's first game in their new stadium. Adam, we'll go to you as my dog gets ready to bark. Adam, what do you got for score here?
Oh, it's gonna be tough because my initial reaction going into the season was 13-4, but I already know I'm just gonna pick the Lions to win damn near every game here. Um, it's gonna be a great test, I'll tell you that. As long as we can keep it competitive, keep it, like we could win the game, we belong there. I think that'll be good, especially week 2. Not gonna have Kirby, not gonna have Branch. We'll see if Aleem McNeil's truly back. Your dog's really hating what I'm about to say,
Very
but
much so.
I'm going to go. I think the Lions lose. I think they lose it 28-24.
28-24 Bills. All right, Julius, what do you got to say about the Bills game in Buffalo? Let's go. Buffalo.
Big early season measuring stick. 2 great teams. Jameer Gibbs is one of the best players, if not the best weapon in the league. He creates matchup problems for every team we face, including he's going to create them for Buffalo. They're coming off a short week. They're opening up their new stadium. Josh Allen, I mean, for the last 5 years, Josh Allen has absolutely destroyed the Detroit Lions with his arms, with his legs, last minute in the first quarter, all throughout the game. This is going to be a high scoring, ugly matchup in a good way. But I'm going to go Bills 30, Lions 27.
30-27 Bills, and both of y'all got the Lions dropping this. I am not falling that way. I actually believe the Lions do come in and win this game based mostly on them having a brand new first-time head coach. And I get that he was the offensive coordinator for the Bills leading up into this, but he is still a brand new head coach. And I don't think the offense struggles, but I think the defense might struggle. And I do believe Petzing and the Lions can get in front of the Bills and kind of hold that the whole game. I'll go with another 3-point win for the Lions, second in a row, 38-35 Detroit. Get the upset in Buffalo. A little bit too, because I was just rewatching the game highlights of when the Lions beat the Chiefs in week 1 when we all got together and watched the game. And it just made me believe again. So I'm going with Bills on that one. All right, Bills. I'm going with the Lions over Bills. Week 3, I'll start it out against the Jets. Aaron Glenn revenge game. I'm not going to have this one be particularly close. I'll take the Lions in this one, 31-13. 31-13 Lions, improve to 3-0. Adam.
I thought you were about to say my exact score prediction. That's why my eyes widened a little bit in case anyone saw. I'm going to go 31-7. I think we handle the Jets. I just don't really believe in the Jets too much. I think this will be the first game that puts Aaron Glenn on the hot seat. Like, hey, if he doesn't win something the next 1 or 2 games, he could be one of these coaches first out within the first 5-6 weeks. So I think the Lions roll 31-7.
Yeah, everybody want everybody want to talk about this Jets game at Ford Field as an Aaron Glenn revenge game. I'm gonna take it as a DJ Reed revenge game. DJ Reed going up against his former team. The New York Jets only have one offensive weapon to speak of. His name is Garrett Wilson. DJ Reed will seek revenge, shut Garrett Wilson down, and they don't offer much else of a challenge. Geno Smith, I'm not worried about. I'm gonna go Lions 33, Jets 14.
Well, I can't type, so that's a good thing. Let's see if I can do that a little bit better. There we go. 33-14. Lions improved to 2-1 per Julius and Adam. I have them 3-0. We're moving to week 4, and week 4 is against Carolina at Carolina. First time I believe the Lions will be playing at Carolina since the concrete game that knocked pretty much the Lions out of the playoffs when
like the Christmas game or Christmas Eve game.
Exactly. Freezing cold temperature in Carolina, hard surface. Carolina ran all over us. So, Lions coming back for a little bit of revenge. Do the Carolina Panthers scare me? A little bit. Honestly, I don't even know if they scare me as much as like New Orleans scares me in week 1. I think Lions can go into Carolina and handle business. But there is some kind of trap game that's going to end up happening here, especially if we have like Seth McLaughlin, just like these injuries. You never know what's going to happen the first couple of weeks. I'm going to go with a surprising Carolina win here at home by 1 point. An offensive poor day for the Lions. For me, I'm going to go 24-23 Carolina, giving Detroit the first.
Well, Nick, you forgot about one big X factor in this game, and that is it's a Sunday night football game. I don't know why they picked Lions, Panthers for Sunday night football, but the primetime kings are the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell dominates in primetime. I think we get the job done. I'm not fully sold on Bryce Young. I know Dave Canales has done a great job over there, but overall, they did make the playoffs, but they made the playoffs with I think an 8-9, or maybe it was at 9-8
I
season.
think. Yeah.
9-8. Okay, yeah. Regardless, a tough. It was like they shouldn't have made the playoffs if they weren't a division winner. So, I think the Lions take this one, and I think it'll be a little bit closer than some of the the slap happy Lions fans think. I'm gonna go 28-23.
28-23 for Adam, improving to 3-1. Julius, what do you got?
I agree with Adam that it's going to be a very hard fought, close contest. The Panthers, like the Saints, I believe, are better than what we envisioned them just because they came from the S9 NFC South. Nick, I really hope your prediction does not come true, my friend, because that will be the Lions game. I will be in attendance as I live in North Carolina and I will be driving to Charlotte. I will be driving to Charlotte for Sunday Night Football. Um, this is the Tate Ratledge game for me because Derek Brown is their premier disruptor on the defensive side. He's going to match up with Tate Ratledge. This is Tate Ratledge time to shine in prime time. The Lions have a skill position superiority. I'm gonna give them the edge. 27, Panthers 23.
27-23. Julius has the Lions improved to 3-1. We all have the Lions sitting 3-1. Real quick, does anyone knows what's Cade Mays? He's out 10 weeks, right? He'll be out through the bye week, right? Isn't that what we're kind of expecting?
I think so. The bye week is week 10, which is what I expect the Lions to do.
Our bye week is week 6.
Sorry. His 8 to 10 injury week is week 6, our bye week. I worded that incredibly confusing, but I think that after week 6, after the bye, he will return against Green Bay, especially it being a divisional game, and come out with some vengeance.
There's no way we lose to Carolina if Cade Mays is playing, but he's not. So we'll move on to the team that I don't know if they'll win a game this year. Arizona Cardinals at Arizona. This team does normally like to play Detroit really well. And that was a little bit more when it was Kyler Murray starting, but Arizona always somehow kind of like keeps it close with Detroit when they shouldn't. But ultimately, I don't think that's going to be the case this year. I'm going to go with the Lions whooping Arizona at Arizona, putting up a 50 burger, 52-10 Detroit.
I am right there with you, Nick. I think this is going to be one of our 50 burgers. I'm not 100% sure if we'll get two, but typically the Lions have been good for one over the last like 3 years. I think Drew Petzing's going to want to have a big old revenge game. I think he's going to want to just stunt on them with all the Lions' weapons, and I think we're going to see Jameer Gibbs, J-Mo, Laporta, Amon-Ra, everyone just explode. This will be a fun game to bet on, hopefully. And I think the Lions also drop a 50 burger. I'm going to go 52-14.
Julius, what say you?
Big time talent advantage for the Lions. It is on the road in Arizona. Well, like you said, we historically have struggled for some reason. However, I can see Lee McNeil, Talik Williams dominating this game because Arizona's interior offensive line is putrid. It may be the reason they don't win any games, like you said, Nick. But I'm not predicting a 50 burger, boys. I'm going Lions 13, Carolina. I mean, Lions 13, Arizona 13. Lions set 30, Arizona 13.
There it is. Me and Nick are both like Lions 13 points against the
What a roller
Cardinals.
coaster, bro.
I was about to predict a black and blue division grind out 13-10 win. No, 30-13.
That's so funny. All right, we're going to come right back to you, Julius, because then we have a bye week, and then we go to week 7, home against the Green Bay Packers, the first divisional game for the Lions, as they have 6 division games wrapped up in the final 12 weeks of the season, all starting with Green Bay at Ford Field, or in Ford Field. Julius, what say you for that game?
So great timing for a bye before the Packers, even though it's kind of bad timing for a bye because we got to go to Germany later on where I'm not going to be at. And we don't have a bye after that. They're going to be dead tired traveling overseas back and forth. Trust me, jet lag is this. However, with the Packers, it's basically a toss up. We were swept in 2025. Before that, the Lions and Dan Campbell owned the Packers. We're going to have a premier Panay Sewell versus Michael Parsons Hall of Fame matchup. Lions coming off a bye. Give me the Lions 27-24.
Love it. 27-24 Lions improved to 5-1 per Julius. Adam, what say you? Detroit versus Green Bay in Detroit.
Lions have been waiting for this game since Thanksgiving Day, since the Packers officially swept us last year. It's time for Dan Campbell to get his lick back. It's time for a healthy Lions to return. Amon-Ra is going to play. Knock on some wood. But I think the Lions get the job done here against Green Bay. I'm going to go 21-17.
Is it crazy to think that Brian Branch returns this game? Week
That's
7?
about good timing. That's good timing.
I think he returns before. I think he comes back before the bye.
So I'm going to say he doesn't come back before the bye and returns for his favorite team, Green Bay. Gets to flip them off. You know what I mean? Have a good time. I think Brian Branch and Cade Mays returns for this game. I think you both are right in the sense that Detroit is looking for a full revenge game after what Green Bay did to us. And I also believe that Green Bay finishes last in the division this year. I think there is going to be a drop-off that's going to be unprecedented for the Green Bay Packers, who are constantly playoff bound. I think this year they will not be. And then for the last 3 years, they've only gotten in because the 7th seed exists. And I think finally they're going to be short of that. I'm going to give the Lions a victory here after a bye, but it will be close because it is divisional game. I'm going to go Green Bay misses a game-winning field goal kick. Lions win 28-26, 5-1 on the season. And then we'll keep it in the division. And then we'll keep it at Ford Field as the next game is against the Kyler Murray led Minnesota Vikings at home in Ford Field. I'll lead this one off. I think Minnesota finishes second in the division this year behind the Lions, and I think they play Detroit very tough, but I will give Detroit – actually, I'm going to take Minnesota upset in this game. I'm going to take the Vikings to win 27-24 against Detroit in Ford Field. Tough loss for the Lions, a kind of kicking your ass loss for Detroit. Julius, what say you?
So Minnesota Vikings, another division foe that swept us last year. And a big reason they swept us was Brian Flores' defense just shut down Jahmyr Gibbs for 2 games. Just made Jahmyr Gibbs look like Jalen Sailors for 2 games. Yeah, Jalen Sailors, the safety from MSU. No. I mean Jalen. Made him look like a safety from MSU. But Minnesota, this is a Drew Petzing game. This is a Drew Petzing game because we cannot allow Brian Flores to just shut down the best weapon in the NFL. So I think that Petzing shows up for us, and the Lions win this game 28, Vikings 20.
I agree with you, Julius. I think it's going to be a Drew Petzing game, but not for the reasons that you were saying. I think Drew Petzing's going to go into Kelvin Shepard's office and say, look, this Kyler Murray kid, this is exactly what he does. This is his weaknesses. This is what he's good at. This is what he's bad at. And I think Kyler Murray is going to struggle quite a bit against the Lions. I'm going to go the Lions handling business pretty easy. Don't think there will be a lot of points scored because I do believe in this Vikings defense. I'm going to go 20-10.
Wait, 20-10? That's the
Yeah.
score? Okay. 20-10. Gotcha. All right. You guys both have Lions sitting 6-1. I have Lions at 5-2. Adam, we'll go back to you at Miami. I don't know anything about the Dolphins this year other than they also might not win a game this year. I believe Malik Willis is their starting quarterback, so that's a little interesting. I do not know who's coaching that team. You?
Jeff Hafley. Dude kind of, I don't really know where he came from. I want to say,
where did he come from? Where did he go? Where did he come from?
Yeah, I don't know. I know they just got HN or ETN or however it's pronounced now. He's going to be the offense. If the Lions can shut down number 28 in the backfield, they should be able to cruise in this game. They drafted like 15 wide receivers, Caleb Douglas, Kevin Coleman, and Chris Bell. They don't even have a true wide receiver one. Their wide receiver one right now is Malik Washington. No Waddle, no Tyreek. They cleaned house. I think the Dolphins are trying to punt for the number 1 draft pick harder than anyone, even harder than the Cardinals are. So I think the Lions, I'm gonna do it. Another 50 burger. I'm gonna go 51-10.
51-10. Heard, Julius? What say you here?
The Lions, big favorites over the Dolphins, week 9. We got Blake Miller. He's going to see Chop Robinson. He's pretty good young edge in the NFL right now. But overall, the Lions just have a superiority at the line of scrimmage on the offensive and defensive line. We might have to worry about Devon Shane. He can always rip a big one off on us. You never know. But I'm going to go Lions 30, Dolphins 20.
Love it. I was thinking also about a 50 burger with you, Adam, but that would be 2 50 burgers on the road. I don't know if I love that, so I am going to temper that down a bit. Detroit wins 49-13.
I love that.
Let's go to Germany, boys, because following at Miami, we head to Germany to play the defending AFC champions, the runners-up in the Super Bowl, the New England Patriots. In Germany, This is going to be a heck of a game. I don't care what anyone's thoughts are on New England. They know how to just play football. We know if Vrabel is still there, which I assume he will be, this team is going to be competitive. I don't think they're going to be as good as they were last year, and I think they were helped out mightily by their schedule. Kind of similar to what I'm hoping for Detroit this year. Just get us to the Super Bowl. But I'm going to go with the Detroit win in Germany for ASB 33-23 Detroit. And Adam, what do you say?
I think the Lions are going to drop this one because their number one fan, Julius, has moved out of Germany back home, won't be able to represent them in the I don't know what Germany's nickname is, but regardless, Deutschland, maybe something like that, or is that
That's
that?
their name in
Regard.
German. Good job, buddy.
Okay, all right, yeah. So I do think the Lions will make it. I think it's gonna be a close game. I think it's gonna be a great game, but I'm gonna go Saints game-winning field goal, 27-24.
27-24 New England. That's going to drop the Lions at 7-2 for Adam. I also have the Lions at 7-2. Julius, what say you?
So I'm not going to hold it against them that they waited to play a game while I don't live there. While I lived there for 3 years, they did not choose to play a game there. They just choose bum teams that nobody cared about. I'm not going to hold it against them. However, my beloved Germany, I do believe the Lions will be big home favorites there. And the Patriots are one of those teams, they won a lot of Super Bowls with Tom Brady. Everybody like to think of them as America's team. The Lions are going to turn out in Munich a 75% Honolulu Blue stadium.
I love
75 to 80%. It's going to be a huge Lions fan turnout for
I want to jump
Amon-Ra
in.
St.
I want
Brown.
to jump in. Do you think the
Yeah.
other 20-25% is going to be a heavy New England or just like sporadic, like all 31 other teams kind of like bunched in?
So there is a slight New England to Germany connection as well, and that's Tom Brady was formerly married to Giselle, the supermodel, the German supermodel Giselle, who she, because of her, there might be a nice little spattering of Patriot fans with Tom Brady jerseys on.
Inside information.
Oh, yep, for sure. But I do think the St. Brown connection and the Lions overall, the last few years, I'm not the only one who noticed what the Lions and Dan Campbell were doing. It was a worldwide phenomenon, I'm telling y'all. So we're gonna see that, and I'm predicting the Lions to win over the defending AFC champions 27-24.
Oh, same score as Adam, but flip it, script it, and reverse it. Julius now has the Lions 8-1, leading the pack, as Adam and I both have them 7-2. We will be coming back from Germany to go home to Ford Field to face off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who always like to give Detroit a hard time. However, Detroit has got the best of Tampa Bay the last 3 times they've played. That includes at Tampa Bay with the Craig Reynolds block. That includes second round win. Thank you. I couldn't remember what round it was for a second. And then that includes last year's like 16-9 Monday game or something like that.
Legion of Whom.
The Legion of Whom, baby. So the Lions have had their way with Tampa Bay lately. Does that scare you, Adam? Why don't you lead us off for what your prediction is?
I'm kind of indifferent here because I believe there is 2 outcomes to this. Obviously, well, there could be a tie, but I think if Todd Bowles is still the head coach, the Lions win because I think we got his number. But there's a chance Todd Bowles is fired by this game. If things go up in flames, they are going to want to just cut bait. A lot of people didn't think that Bowles should be brought back for the season. Obviously, Baker Mayfield's very, upset with the contract issues. Vita Vea upset with his contract. So I think there is a little fuel to that fire. So if Todd Bowles is still there and they're kind of just, putzing along at 5-3 or, 5-4, whatever they might be, I think that it will be the Lions that'll get the best of them, simply because Detroit just knows the Bucks. They have handled them in the past, and I'm gonna have to repeat this since Nick left here, but I'm gonna go 20 to no. I'm gonna go 27-20 Lions.
Improving to 8-2.
And you might be
And
muted, Nick.
Julius? Oh. Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
All right. Improving to 8-2. Julius, what say you?
Oh no, it's my audio.
So we got Tampa
right.
coming to Ford Field. So this is the concern. The concern is jet lag because the Lions are coming from Germany. This is the problem the Germany game presents, is that the travel is going to F up their bodies for a few days at least, for a few weeks at most. So, and it's a very short turnaround.
So weird.
So I'm worried about that. This also is the Alex Anzalone game. He's now a Buccaneer. Always standing, if they're not having any big
It's
injury
true.
issues, I'm gonna go Lions still. Lions 28, Buccaneers 24.
And Al-Qadim Muhammad is a Buccaneer as well.
Yep.
That's crazy. I forgot
is.
about that. Ooh, I still don't like that we let him go. Well, Julius has Lions improving to 9-1. I'm going to take the Tampa Bay win here. I think Tampa Bay just is going to want it more than us because what we've done to them the last 3 times we played them. I do kind of agree, though, with Adam, and I actually kind of think the latter, where I bet Bowles isn't coaching this team at this moment, and it's the offensive coordinator or something like that, and they just kind of rally around him and beat Detroit in Detroit, and Baker's feeling good. This is like his money-making game because he's still looking for a contract after. Detroit traveling from Germany, as Julius alluded to, there's just so many red flags for me that I'm going to give Tampa Bay the win here. I'm going to go kind of similar to last year, 20 to 16. Tampa Bay, which now gives the Lions a 7-3 record for me, 8-2 for Adam, 9-1 for Julius, and we're moving to a division game. Let me go to it. Maybe we're going against Chicago. So first and foremost, I just hate that our schedule is 3 straight, not 3, but the first 3 division games we play are all at home. The last 3 division games we play are all on the road, and 3 of the last 4 games of the season. I think that is idiotic.
It's stupid.
It's so terrible. It is the NFL out to get Detroit, but we can't fix anything. We can't change anything. Julius, Detroit, Thanksgiving versus Chicago, 1 p.m. start time. What say you, sir?
So this is another game that I am planning on going to. I plan on traveling home for Thanksgiving, first time in years, and I am gonna be in attendance at Ford Field. This is huge. This is a huge game. It's probably our biggest game of the year. I'm gonna vote this as the Lions game of the year. So the matchup, I mean, we looking at the third game in 2 weeks following transatlantic travel to Germany. I mean, it's just brutal. I mean, we literally going from Miami to Munich to Tampa to Chicago. I mean, to Detroit. Caleb Williams, Aiden Hutchinson, the matchup. I'm gonna go Bears 27, Lions 26. Game winning field goal by the Bears. Just too much to overcome that kind of scheduling.
That's very valid, I would say. That does drop the Lions to 9-2 for Julius. Adam, what say you?
It's going to be Ben Johnson's second time back in Detroit. His first time was a good old 52-14 butt whooping. I think Ben Johnson is going to come back with some vengeance. Detroit has not historically been the best on Thanksgiving. We lost last year to the Packers, but I do think the Lions get the job done. I think we stave off Ben Johnson just one more time, and I'm going to go Lions 28, Bears 28-24.
28-24 improves the Lions to the 9-2 for Adam as well. I think the Bears finished third in the division. I think a lot of that is because of their schedule they have to face. And before they get to us, I think that they'll have so many hard games. There's going to be a few players missing for Chicago. I never will predict Ben Johnson to beat Detroit. This guy is becoming the worst. I don't think he's liked by a single person in the
Oh, they
NFL,
all hate him.
which can work. Like, it can work until all of a sudden it doesn't work and you're outed. I think this is where we get our second 50 burger again against Chicago. Lane Kiffin. No, not Lane Kiffin. Who the heck is their defensive coordinator? Oh, he was the Saints coach, and he was the Raiders coach.
Zimmer?
Dennis Allen.
No,
Dennis Allen.
Dennis
Allen can't. He's got to rely on turnovers. Jared Goff's not going to turn the ball over. We win this game 51-17. Lions improved to 8-3. And then we go to Atlanta. And as I'm typing this, I'm going to let Adam talk because we will be playing in Atlanta after a little mini bye. Adam, what do you say?
This is going to be a good game for the running backs, I should say. The quarterback play for the Falcons, do we get Tua? Do we get Penix? I'm not sure. But I know they have an elite running back in Bijan Robinson. I think this will be the game that says who is the best running back in the NFL. Is it Bijan? Is it Gibbs? I think we're going to see this could be a hot take. I think we're see over 400 total yards between Gibbs and Bijan Robinson. I think both of them are going to feast. I think it's going to be Bijan just counterpunch, Gibbs punch right back, keeping the Falcons in it. And I do think this is going to be a little bit closer than what people expect. Now, another thing to note, what week is this again?
13.
Okay, so yes, they will have James Pierce back. He only has an 8-game suspension. Pierce had like 9.5 sacks last year for him. Dealt with some Terrion Arnold-like issues with the law during the offseason. They did lose another first-rounder, Jalen Walker, so they are a bit banged up already going into this game. But overall, I think the Lions are going to get the job done, but I think it's going to be a gritty win. I think Detroit is going to find themselves trailing at early in the game and come back and win it 31-28 on a 50-yard plus Jake Bates game winner.
Hell yeah, Lions improved to 10-2 via Adam. Julius, what do you say at Atlanta?
So I predicted a Thanksgiving loss. I'm looking at the Lions having an emotional hangover, kinda, after such stringent travel and shitty scheduling. Excuse my language. I think this can be one of those JMO games. The Lions have a much better roster, and I'm looking for revenge coming off the L. I might just drive to Atlanta 5 hours. I might just drive to Atlanta and go to this game too because I missed out on so much the last few years, and they want to schedule a Germany game the moment I leave, so I might just go.
I love that.
Lions 28, Falcons 20.
Lions 28, Falcons 20. That improves the Lions to 10-2 for Julius. This game kind of feels like a trap game to me, even though it's like a mini bye. I think maybe that's going to kind of affect Detroit. We're traveling again. I'm going to predict a Detroit win. I think Adam's real close with his Jake Bates game winner. Julius only has this winning by 8, one score possession. I think that's kind of where we're going to be leaning in this one, especially with Kevin Stefanski coaching the Falcons. They're just going to be better. I don't think they're going to be great by any means. They have a chance at winning that division because that division is so god-awful, but that doesn't mean they're going to be great. But they're going to be competing hard right now in this week for the division at this moment. So I think the Lions win this game 26-24 and are up like 26-17, and they get like a garbage time touchdown to pull it within 2. But I'll take the Lions to win by 2, improving them to 9-3. Then Detroit comes back home against the Tennessee Titans, where last time we played the Tennessee Titans at home, Lions put up a 50 burger. Do I want to do it again with Robert Saleh there now? Probably not. I'll temper it back. I'm not going to give us 3 50-point burgers and a 49
48.
burger. 48, dude. No, I will temper this down. I do like Tennessee a little bit more this year, maybe than other people. I'm going to go Lions 31, Titans 17. Lions win. Julius, what do you say?
So Titans should be much improved team. Robert Saleh, we all know his Detroit connections, and how he spurred us for the Jets. We ended up with Dan Campbell. It all worked out in the end. They have a pretty good defensive line built around Jeffrey Simmons. Causes me a little bit of worry, but not too much. This is one of those circle games where you must win it. We Lions, if we're a Super Bowl contender this season, we're not going to lose to the Tennessee Titans at home this late in the season. I'm gonna go Lions 31, Titans 17.
And Adam.
I'm very close to both your guys' score predictions. I think this is going to be the Brian Branch I'm back game. And yes, I know he will have played some games, hopefully, before this, but I think this will be the statement of Branch being looked at as an all-pro and not just, a really good safety, a Pro Bowler. And I think Branch is going to have a pick six. I'm going to go Lions 38-10.
All right. For Julius and Adam, the Lions are sitting 11-2. I have the Lions sitting 10-3. We have 4 games to go in the season at Minnesota. I'll kick this one off. I have the Lions losing to Minnesota at home. I think that the 3 straight losses of the Vikings for the Lions comes to an end. I will take the Lions getting their revenge in Minnesota late in the season with a 24-20 win, improving to 11-3. Adam, what say thee?
I think this one will be a little bit tighter. I feel like after getting demolished and Kyler Murray having an awful game the first go around with the Lions, I think they're going to want to change up some things, realize that, Drew Petzing gave him some inside info. And I think it's going to be a little bit tighter. I'm going to go Lions 23, Vikings 20.
23-20, Lions win, improved to 12-2. Julius, what say you?
I have such immense respect for Brian Flores and what he did to our offense last year when they swept us, that I'm not gonna reverse sweep them this next year. I'm gonna have the Lions split in this season with them, and I believe they're gonna lose. They're gonna win the home game and lose the away game. They're gonna lose in Minnesota. Um, and it's going to be a close game. Detroit is only favored by a point. I think it's going to be Vikings 27, Lions 23.
23-27, Vikings win, dropping them to 11-3, or dropping the Lions to 11-3 for Julius. I also have them 11-3. Adam sitting at 12-2. Next game, Lions come back home for their final home game of the season at Ford Field against the Jim Harbaugh-led New York Giants. Adam, is this a trap game? Is this a dominating game? What say you?
I think it's a good old trap game. I think the Lions are going to be favored by around 4 to 6 points. I think the Giants will be decent this year, but if they're healthy, I think the Giants will give the Lions a tough run for their money. Jackson Dart, looking a little better. If Malik Neighbors is healthy, I think that's going to be the big key, and I think the Lions are going to fall to the Giants 21-13 in a game where Detroit just can't quite get it going. And I feel like Detroit's going to have opportunities to get more points, but they're not going to be able to get those 4th down conversions.
I like that. Julius, what say you?
So You say it's a trap game. I think it was a trap game last year, and I think we're gonna Kelvin Shepard and Dan Campbell are gonna learn from their mistakes um, against the Giants this year. We looking at back to back prime time Sunday night football, and this is Monday night
Yep.
football. I'm gonna go Lions 41, Giants 21.
41-21
Big Monday
line.
big prime time win to announce that we're gonna make a Super Bowl run.
I like that. I am going to take the Lions in a big win over the Giants. As much as this could be a trap game because we are on the road after, I think we're going to show out for our fans in the final game. I'm going to go 33-10 Lions. No, Giants can score. 33-20 Lions, moving 12-3. We all have the Lions 12-3 with 2 games remaining. First up, we'll let Adam take it away at Chicago. What say you?
I don't think the Lions will clean sweep the division like they once did in 2024. I believe that Ben Johnson is finally going to get the Lions. I feel like he has to at some point. It's going to take him 4 games to do so, but I think Ben Johnson, the Bears, are going to be more hungry for a playoff or for a win to get into a wild card seed. I think the Lions will be a little ahead in this divisional race. I'm going to go the Bears stealing it 27 to no 27 to 21 Bears, with the Lions not getting that game-winning touchdown at the end.
27-21. Just for an update, the Tigers and Pirates are 3 innings in. No team has any base runners yet, but the Tigers just got the first hit of the game. Let's update that. Lions fall to 12-4 via Adam, though. Julius, what say you?
January outdoor NFC North football. Don't we love it? This is the second of 3 games that the Lions are the underdog on the season. They have a 10.5 win total, and this will be the second of. They're also an underdog the following week in Lambeau. I believe that the Lions also split. I have them losing against the Bears Thanksgiving. This is revenge. Jared Goff. I believe it's going to be flex prime time. Lions 24, Bears 20.
24-20 with a dramatic pause. I love it. He's got him at 13. Julius has him at 13-3. Adam's sitting at 12-4. Like I said, the Lions will not lose to the Bears ever. Bears lose to the Lions because the Bears are trash, and the Lions win 24-17. Lions improved to 13-3, same as Julius. Adam has him sitting 12-4. I'll kick off this last one. This is at Green Bay. Green Bay will already be out of the playoffs, but just as we did to Green Bay many moons ago, Green Bay is going to be trying to knock Detroit not out of the playoffs, but out of the number 1 seed, in my opinion. And I think that is going to be for the better. The Packers beat the Lions in a game that they shouldn't, but do, thus humbling the Lions right before this playoff stretch. I'm going to go Green Bay winning 25-22. Dropping Detroit to 13-4 and the number 2 seed in the conference. We'll go over to Julius.
So, a lot of people are going to think this is going to decide the NFC North. I honestly believe the Lions are going to clinch beforehand, but it could very well be for important playoff seed, number 1 seed, like you alluded to, Nick. Sewell versus Parsons round 2 in the cold, snowy Lambeau in January. The Packers pull it off in a close nail biter. They kick the game-winning field goal and win 27-24.
Ugh.
24, 27. That has the Lions finishing 13-4, same as me. What seed do you think the Lions finished with, Julius?
I'm gonna go number. I'm gonna go number one.
Love it. Adam, close
I
us
think
up.
we're all kind of on the same page with this one, where this last game could determine the 1 seed. I believe that we'll have the division locked up by then. I think there will be some talk if it'll be coming down to it. If the Rams lose, the Lions win. Lions win the 1 seed, or the Lions lose and they're locked into the 2 seed. I think it'll be a close one. I think it'll be a cold, gritty game, but I think the Packers will get the best of us, trying to sneak into the playoffs with a 10-7 record, where they'll need some other help around the league. I think the Packers get the best of us in a low scoring 17-16 game Green Bay.
16-17. Green
We
Bay.
all three got them losing last game.
We all three got them losing last game.
I
Adam
want to
has them
officially
finishing.
change my prediction to 2 seed.
Oh, okay, heard. And then Adam, what seed do you think we'll get?
The 2 seed.
Everyone's got 2 seed. Me and Julius both got 13-4. Adam's got 12-5. I am gonna push it a little bit more, and I'm gonna see. I'm gonna let Adam lead this off. Do you have predictions for each playoff game, or do you not have that? Can you get it to me quick?
What do you mean predictions for each playoff game? Like
First round, second round, third round, Super Bowl, if we make it. You know what I mean?
just for the Lions? Okay.
Just for the Lions. Just for the Lions, and to a quick degree.
So the Lions are going to be the 2 seed. I have them taking on the 49ers, will be the 7 seed.
I thought you were about to say the Packers because you were saying 10-7. That would have been hilarious getting in. Anyway, same brand.
And I like Detroit to have some revenge. They haven't played. Well, they did actually play the 49ers once since that 2023 playoff loss. And beat the crap out of them. So I think we're going to see a playoff revenge, because last time we played the 49ers to get revenge, it was kind of like a meaningless game. A lot of people thought the Lions shouldn't even play their starters because we already had the division locked up. I think the Lions win that game, move on to the next round, the divisional round, where they will take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Whatever seed they might be, not exactly sure how that'll work out. I think the Eagles will be like a 4 seed. I think the Eagles are going to win that division, but be the best or the worst divisional winner. Lions win that game, advance to the NFC Championship game, where it will be the Detroit Lions versus Matthew Stafford and the Rams in LA. Stafford has a chance to rip out Lions fans' hearts one more time. And I think Detroit will get the best of him. Penei Sewell absolutely stones Myles Garrett anytime he lines up against him. Blake Miller holds his own, getting help from double teams with Brock Wright and Sam Laporta anytime Myles Garrett's on the opposite side. I think the Lions will grit out a tough win against LA, heading back to LA for the Super Bowl, where they will play a rematch of the Buffalo Bills, where I had them losing week 2 against Josh Allen, only to break Bills fans' hearts once again, pushing their Super Bowl drought to 0-5.
I love it. Julius, what say you, playoffs kid, number 2 seed?
So I think originally in my head when you asked this, Nick, Adam, you took my divisional round through Super Bowl matchup verbatim. I think Eagles, Rams, Bills. You took it all the way. So I'm gonna try to change it up a little bit. But in the wild card game as a 2 seed, I got the Lions going up against the Chicago Bears. Divisional round rematch. I got the Lions. The Gibbs having a big game. It's going to be like 200 scrimmage yards, and the Lions advance. And then in divisional round, I got them going up against the surprise NFC East champion Dallas Cowboys at Ford Field, and the Aiden Hutchinson sacks Dak Prescott 3.5 times, and the Lions advance to the NFC Championship game. Well, they will go meet up against old foe Matthew Stafford. I do have them finally getting over the hump and making the Super Bowl, and it will be against the Buffalo Bills in a rematch against Josh Allen. And there will be a parade down Woodward, and we will
Love
be
it.
there, arms locked together, boys. We will.
Amen, boys. Amen.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'll go Division One. Gonna play or round one. Play a divisional opponent. We'll play Minnesota to kick things off. We will win a very tough game. Second round, we will play the. Second round, we are going to play the number 2 seed. Will play the number 3 seed LA Rams in the second round. They will not win the NFC. We will beat the Rams. We will then play the NFC winners, which will be Philadelphia. We will beat Philadelphia. And then we will see. I will not take the Bills in the Super Bowl, as both of you have. We will play. Hold on, I got to think this through. Cincinnati, and we'll beat them. Screw it.
That Cincinnati was my other team too, but unfortunately, I don't have any faith in Zach Taylor.
Nor do I. Nor do I have in their defense. They are not going to be in the Super Bowl, but whatever. You live life on the edge.
But they made it there with Zach Taylor once, and they made it to the conference championship game.
Let's see what
A couple years ago. So you never know. Burrow in that offense, they could just keep scoring. So
you never know. You never know.
Never
We
know.
were going to do a
Never
fun
know.
little thing before our preseason game, but we're running out of time. Tigers are already into the 5th inning. Kiter Montero pitching a but the Tigers are doing well. The Lions are going to do extremely well. We all have them winning the Super Bowl. Adam, can you close us out, brother?
yeah, as always, check us out on X, Honolulu Blues _. We're posting all sorts of good stuff on there.
Now
We
on
got-
TikTok, now on Spotify.
Yeah, on TikTok and Spotify, we're getting big. We're going big time, boys. We're starting. Nick's starting to clip stuff for us. We're doing some clip farming. We'll have to start doing a little aura farming here. But regardless, check us out. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a like, subscribe. We appreciate all that. We appreciate all the comments and engagement as well. And as always, boys,
Go